how 5 faithful women had been meeting weekly for 2 years. The prime purpose of this group was to work towards the realization of a church building, this building here, Seeley Street. As an answer to prayer, one of the members, Robert Soderberg, grandfather of Edward Soderberg, that's me, approached the benefactor, P.T. Barnum, and made a request for some assistance with the building program. Barnum donated a reclaimed graveyard on the corner of Lewis and Seeley Streets. This was given in memory of Jenny Lind, a Swedish singer known as the Nightingale.
First, clear memory. Guess it's Sunday school. We had a great Sunday school program in the basement of the Baptist Temple, and we'd all line up in our classes and sit in a row, and a lot of singing, contests, birthday, money bank. We had a great Sunday school program, and so I think I remember Sunday school the first.
My earliest memory is when it was the Baptist Temple, and the apartment that was above the church, my cousin lived in it, and I remember going up on the roof and watching fireworks for 4th of July.
That our apartment flat was in the back of the Baptist Temple building, and there was an entrance on the side, and you'd go up a flight of stairs to our apartment. So it was at the 2nd level behind the sanctuary, so that we had this closet in our little apartment, and you could open the closet door and there were the organ pipes, and I could watch the service through the pipes. And I told the story before that at one time when I was watching the service, I think there was a wedding, and I couldn't wait to see the bride coming down the aisle, but as soon as that started to happen, the organ played.
Boys Brigade is an answer to the Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts, etc.
My earliest memory of Trinity is probably, I'd say TKC, which was Trinity's Kids Club.
And it was in church, it was once a week, and it was run by the dads of the boys that were in the Boys Brigade.
I almost just started singing the song because it's just ingrained in my brain. But basically it was kind of like a Boy Scout / Girl Scout thing, but for the church.
And through that, and through the witness of my father and other fathers that were there, is when I accepted Christ as my Savior.
What is a characteristic of Trinity that you see being consistent throughout your time here?
The sense of family, I guess, is the way you should put it, or I should put it. The fact that we all have love for each other.
Well, this church, I think there's 2 things. The church cares about the individual and trying to get individuals plugged in, but it becomes a family. You become connected. The church becomes your family. I had many family members here over the years, but you grow special bonds with people.
The characteristic I would think of mostly is that people love one another and are there. If there's a need, they're available to help meet that need, but also to witness to others, to share their faith with others.
The warm, friendly, big hug, welcoming feeling that you're home.
Everyone's so accepting to make you a part of their family. So in one, we're a part of the church family, but we go beyond that here at Trinity, and it's almost like they'll invite you into your home, they'll give you a bed to sleep in if you need it, they'll give you clothes to put on your back.
But it was 1972, sitting here, we had an evangelist Nicky Cruz. So he gave an invitation. I left my wife and my 2 children to walk up for my own recommitment. So that has to be, one of my great memories from Trinity Baptist Church.
I think the biggest thing is to invest in the young people of your church. Some of my best memories are my Sunday school teacher, Mabel Nelson, Esther Lindberg, Eunice Freeberg, Ken Carlson, Paul Oland, Myrtle Berglund, that invested in my life, that prayed for me on a constant basis, that even when I grew up to be older, that were still interested in my life. They were a huge part of church, knowing that people loved me and cared for me. So Sunday school teachers, investing in the young people, I still think it holds true today that we have all different ways of communication, but that interest by an older person into my life was huge.
Yeah, we've been in small groups, Bible studies, whatever growth groups that you call it, for most of our 50 years together in this church. And people that aren't in it, I just encourage you to get in a small group. Have a few couples, 8, 10, 12 people together, and you will grow as Christians, you'll grow as family, you'll feel like you belong.
And as long as we keep living out the love of God amongst each other and practice unity, it's why Jesus prays that for all of us when he's leaving. He prays for unity. And it's that sense of unity that keeps us connected and growing and strong.
To the Trinity of tomorrow, please always stay focused on witnessing to others.
One of the things that's special about this church has been for many years, and I pray is special for many, many years to come, is the Bible has always been the central part of this church. Jesus Christ is the center of this church.
Like Dave and Dan both have the same thing. There's certain values that the church has always had, and that's a God-loving and God-fearing church. And I think it's been true since the day I remember the church and right up on through to this day and age.
Pray and work. All right? Pray, but don't fail to put your hand to the grindstone. This is the beginning, 2020, of the next 50 years or so in the future, right? And I'm glad you brought that up because, I'm going to read.